How what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this vid by court cases. This is celebrities who broke down in court. I see Usher Raymond is on this video. What did he go to court for? I don't know, but he broke down. That's what I really want to see. Anyway, let's see who's on this vid. Let's watch.
Yes.
I just skimmed through it and saw his face.
I was in such shock and
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive. Objection, form, compound.
Our first case is Amber Heard. She's a famous Hollywood actress who had a dramatic divorce with fellow actor Johnny Depp. Heard accused her ex-husband of being violent, both mentally and physically, during their 15-month marriage. These allegations also matched with the time of the Me Too movement caused by the Harvey Weinstein sexual assault trials, so it caused an uproar worldwide. Eventually, a settlement was agreed, and both Depp and Heard stated our relationship was intensely passionate, at times volatile, but always bound by love. Depp ended up paying $7 million, and Heard pledged to donate that sum to charity. Following the accusations, Depp was dropped by many movies, and then later in 2019, he sued Heard for defamation of character. This trial was one of the most followed trials on the internet in history. When Heard was on stand describing the altercation, her tears started to stream.
I would have tried to defend myself more, but I didn't. I kind of felt like it didn't see it coming and just wrestled me down to the ground. And I remember he was screaming at me. I mean, like really screaming loud. And what I remember of that is trying to get up and him wrestling me back down. And at one point, put his knee on my back. And I just had this like...
Given that she's an actual actress, I would have expected her acting to be a bit better during this case, but it was bad.
Struggle with him, and I look at him, and he's still got his glasses on. I just remember looking at him and thinking that was so believable. He just looked like he hadn't been through anything, and he was screaming at me that he hated me, that it was over. He didn't want to marry me. He was disgusted. Disgusting. He made this mistake. It was a big mistake. Everyone hated me. I remember crying on the floor. Just more than anything, I was heartbroken. I thought maybe he's serious. I thought maybe God, he doesn't love me. Maybe he really feels this way. But my heart, I wanted to marry him so bad. This is the man I loved, you know. Yes, it's awful at times, but I loved him. And what he
Objection, Your Honor, non-responsive.
You can see how her expression changed when the lawyer objected. Doesn't seem very convincing till now, but let's see what happens.
So, I know it may be hard to understand. It's hard for me to hear myself say, but I just wanted it to stop. I wanted things to just be okay. And I just sat next to him on the piano, and I just laid my head on his shoulder, and of course I was mad. Of course I was mad. And how horrible what he'd done. But on the other hand, I wanted us to be okay. I could just put I could put the physical stuff in a box, and I just kept going back on how much I love this person. When they gone and went to the premiere with him, and I went to red carpet with him, and I remember in the car checking my phone obsessively for pictures because my dress was backless. Of all times to have a backless dress. And then I was looking at pictures. I was on the red carpet. It was surreal because I was checking for bruises and making sure that nothing, like there would be no marks on me, and we just looked like this other thing on this red carpet when it was just...
She was more convincing on the trial last year, and weirdly, she seems to like being called a liar.
I don't want to call myself a victim. I don't like to think of myself as a victim, and I don't want him to think I'm attacking him or blaming him. I'm pointing out I didn't cooperate with the police, that I didn't want to get him in trouble, that I didn't want to hurt him. I don't want anything from him. Just don't call me a liar. It's all I said. Just don't call me a liar. Just don't say this isn't real. Because I'm the walking proof of it.
In the next clip of her breakdown, you'll see someone who cries so much, but somehow manages not to shed a single tear.
Agonizing. Agonizing. Painful. It was humiliating.
That's acting 101. Why you can't squeeze no tears out, girl?
I hope no one ever has to go through something like this. I just want Johnny to leave me alone. I just want him to leave me alone.
Unbelievable. In the end, Johnny Depp won 3 claims of defamation against Heard and was awarded $15 million. The public was divided when it came to the verdict. So what do you think? Who should have won? And were the tears even real? This is Lindsay Lohan. She's a famous actress and singer who appeared in many famous movies, such as The Parent Trap, Freaky Friday, and of course, Mean Girls. But as that last movie suggests, perhaps Miss Lohan is a bad girl with a fair share of controversy. In 2007, Lindsay was arrested and charged for DUI, plus drug use charges as well. She was given 3 years of probation, but Lindsay, being a mean girl, didn't listen and broke the rules of this specific probation. She also missed a court hearing followed by an arrest warrant. It didn't look good for her in the courtroom.
Morocco, the trip, I was working with children. It wasn't a vacation. It wasn't some sort of a joke. And I respect her. I'm taking it seriously. And I appreciate that Right On Programs has done so much to help me finish early, because I wanted to make sure that I would come back here making you happy, and the court system show that I meant everything I put into it. And going more than once a week, I would try to do that only because I knew I had to work the next week. I figured, and as far as I knew, they were okay with this, and it was still in compliance, that if I did 3 in a week or 2 in a week, then it would make up for the fact that if I had to work the next week, then that's why I wouldn't be there, because I've already done them now. So I thought, as far as I knew, that was in compliance. Had I not known, had I been, taken aside and told that in detail, then that would have been a different story. I'm not taking this as a joke. It's my life, and it's my career, and something I've worked for my entire life. And, I've learned from my experiences. I take responsibility for my actions, and I've tried to do the best I can in the past few weeks since I was here last, which is the only time I've been, present in front of a judge in any of my situations in terms of this specific case.
Her reaction at least seems somewhat genuine, and she did seem to want to apologize to the judge. But is this all just good acting?
Your terms, because I really did think that I was doing what I was supposed to do, and I mean that with all my heart.
Eventually, Lindsay was given 90 days in jail. After hearing the devastating news, she broke down yet again.
Girl, you'll be alright.
2 days of her release from jail.
3 months.
She's ordered to report to probation, and she's ordered to do a 90-day inpatient substance abuse program.
I ain't even
And I
jail.
want Dr. Sharma and Malinek to indicate to the court and write a report to the program.
Look like girl, so you'll be alright.
As to the type of program that would best benefit her.
But seemingly, this mean girl just doesn't want to learn her lesson. In 2011, she was accused of stealing a necklace from a jewelry store and was sentenced to another 30 days in jail. Here's to hoping Lindsay's got her life together and won't be seen back in the courtroom anytime soon. This next case is Michael Jace, a former actor who murdered his wife April Jace before calling 911 and turning himself in. In this case, the defense tried to argue that the murder was not premeditated and eventually came to the conclusion that it happened during a struggle between the two parties.
It's really hard to come up with words for it when you've done what you've done and have to deal with the consequences, but he understands second degree, and his big thing was it wasn't premeditated.
In the courtroom, April's mother gave a heartfelt message, and shortly after, Michael was allowed to say his piece.
My mind often wanders to the future, and I think about how my grandsons will navigate their teen years. At what point in a friendship will they bring up the fact that their father killed their mother? How I miss her.
Oh, he's still good.
I cried for hours every day immediately following her death. There weren't enough cold rags that I could put over my eyes to remove the redness and reduce the swelling. I cried as her brothers and I decided on the details of her funeral. I still cry during worship at church. I cry whenever I think about how much I miss April. I cry on holidays and I cry on her birthday. I cry on May 19th. My only daughter was shot and killed on May 19th, 2014. But we both died that night. But I say again today that my daughter, April Denise, is the best daughter in the world. My life will never be the same.
But April's family all left the courtroom not wanting to hear what he had to say. And we're not sure we can blame them. Michael proceeded to mention that he never intended to kill her, and it wasn't a first-degree murder, because he didn't plan the murder beforehand.
I didn't commit a first-degree murder. There was no premeditated anything.
You don't just accidentally shoot people,
I realize
sir.
it does not bring her back. It doesn't help. But it seemed to me to matter that the facts of what happened he thought about and he dealt with in a forthright manner so that the people who did love the system.
However, Mr. Jace was sentenced to 40 years to life for the murder of his wife, April.
Real time.
This is a sad case, as their children now not only are left without their mother, but also their father as well.
Finally, he's getting convicted. Finally, it's less of a burden.
Mr. Depp had his penis out.
Objection.
We back to these niggas?
Relevance.
Why? Who else cried?
This is Johnny Depp, the famous actor and ex-husband of Amber Heard, who you've seen earlier in this video. Depp and Heard had a marriage full of drama. The drama didn't stop after their divorce, but only let it continue inside the courtroom. It's no secret that at the end, both ended up being hurt. But Depp tried to clear his own name after being accused of abuse. Depp took this trial to heart and got pretty emotional when he is listening to an audio recording where he injured himself with a knife.
It's really dull, and it would be the worst thing in the world to use to cut me with. It would be too painful and dull and dirty to use to listen to. Right? No, please do not. Don't. You're gonna hurt yourself. Don't. Sit down. Please don't cut yourself. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please. Don't hurt yourself. Just
It's clear that Johnny has suffered a lot of emotional trauma. In the end, Depp won his defamation case and got $15 million in damages, and finally cleared his name. However, the lasting trauma and emotional damage caused by situations and proceedings like these can't be made right by a dollar sum. This is Usher Raymond, a famous singer, actor, producer, and the founder of one of the biggest stars of our generation, Justin Bieber. Usher married his wife, Tamika Foster, in 2007, but 2 years later, they filed for divorce. They began a custody battle for their 2 children, and in 2011, the trial was everything but drama-free. During the trial, Usher claimed that Tamika was bringing in and out nannies all the time, disrupting the children's lives. He also claimed that Tamika had herself a little bit of an anger issue.
She says the children are fine. Why did you walk down the hill? She placed a plate on the pedestal with something that was close by the bottom of the hill. And I walked up to the car. It was all open the door, and she wanted to fight. He told her, I'm gonna kick your ass. Please get out of the car. You know, how dare you bring this woman in my subdivision, to my house, in my subdivision. Of course, I try my hardest to prevent the situation from escalating to something far worse than what it turned into whatever it had potentially been. But she continued to swing spit.
These fucking subtitles are so off. Like, who came up with these? This definitely isn't YouTube generated.
At this point, she slammed shit over the hole and began to pull this big out and the swing at her. But it basically was an attack on her. I, at that point, when we got out of the car, came around to the passenger side and stood between the two of them. This girl never got out of the car, but at least I put my voice myself between the door and her and shut the door. And to hit me, of course. I went back around to the other side of the car. We exchanged words.
Tamika's lawyer asked Usher if a nanny had left Miami because she caught Usher sleeping with Maya Fox Davis, the bridesmaid of Tamika.
Will respond to you.
He charged me.
Correct?
That is absolutely not true.
You said you then get out of life, and you turned around and walked away. Did you not, Mr.
I absolutely did not say any such.
And when you did that, you did it to provoke her because you knew that she would follow you.
Absolutely not.
Didn't you, Mr. Raymond?
I absolutely did not say anything.
And then you slowly walked down the driveway where your car was parked. Did you not?
I did walk down the driveway, but I said no such thing. That's her other children.
You just testified you did not know that she was performing nanny services. That's how you met her. Is that not true?
Again, she was a nanny for her other children. She no longer was a nanny for Usher Naveed. She's now being reintroduced as a nanny for Usher Naveed. And there was no communication between Tamika and I. This is yet another person just being introduced into the equation.
That's actually not true, is it, Mr. Raymond?
As a nanny.
Ms. Williams actually traveled to Miami with you and baby Usher. She was a nanny for you, was she not?
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you referring to?
Usher, during the trial, struggled to keep his composure.
If there are any photographs that are being presented or tendered to my client and offered as evidence, I would request a report requiring that Ms. West give a timestamp for these.
At the end, Usher won over his children, and definitely it wasn't quite the outcome Tamika had wished for. She got visitation rights, but we don't think she'll be too happy with that. But the question is, do you think his tears and his status as a celebrity played any sort of role in the outcome of this verdict? And the same can be said for all our other cases. Were they all just fine-tuned, very well-performing actors, or were the tears sincere? Let us know your thoughts.
I think Usher's was for everybody else. For him to get full custody of his kids, she must have been on some bullshit. I vaguely remember what happened between them. I know it was a lot of drama, but I don't know all the details. I do know that he's a whore. I do know that, just based on everybody who's ever dated him. They've spoken out at one point or another and talked about his whore activities. So everybody can't be lying on him. That's why he broke up with, or Chili broke up with him. That's why his marriage didn't work, it appears, and among other relationships he's been in. So that is a fact, apparently. Interesting video, though. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye!